Hey Mom, can I have a quarter? Hey, Frigorn here with a update for my Lich in the Abyssal League for Path of Exile 2. It's Friday, the first week has passed by. Like I said in my earlier build plan video, I haven't been able to play a ton. Had a bunch of golf stuff going on with a 3-day tournament and different things like that, so it's just been a very slow league start for me, which is unusual. Usually I get to jump right in and play pretty seriously right off the bat, but didn't happen this time. Anyway, the build's functioning okay. It's not crazy good or anything. I haven't really pushed levels yet. I think I'm only level 76 or 7 or something like that. Still have pretty meh gear. We can take a look at the character. I'll do a little map. We'll see what we get. Oh, one of the giant pains in the butts with the character is the frozen mandibles, which are the best Spectre minions for everybody to use, have this horrible thing where they spray out these white things that, as far as I can tell, don't even do anything, or if they do, I'm not scaling them. So they're kind of a pain in the butt. I will just get them out of here by going to a town. There we go. Nice and quiet. So, the build and the gear. We'll start with the gear. So what am I doing? I'm just playing minions. Actually, let's look at the tree a little bit first. So I am a Lich. I have my 3 ascendancies done. Did them all myself. Did 1 Sekimas first and then 2 trials after. So I cannot stand Sekimas. I think it's the worst thing ever made. And with the lag and the little lockups that are going on right now in Path of Exile 2, it makes it just about impossible. You lag out in a trap and you're just dead. So, very hard to play that. So trials are easy. I always prefer to do those. You just get a good build, get some damage, get some tankiness, and you will be fine. You'll just beat the fights just like you do in maps. Way better than Sekimas. You can get stuck with some really bad fixes on your trials that brick them. And if that happens, it just happens. You're bricked and there's nothing you can do about it. But anyway, looking at the build. So I'm taking most of the minion nodes. You can see minions here. This is defense, elemental resistance, minion damage and crit right here, and a little more life. More minion damage and crit. I'm mainly doing physical damage minions, so this Phys extra is very nice. Crit through here. Little minion life here, more reviving faster. Little minion movement speed. Very good, very good. I should really get that one. That'd be a strong node. 1, 2, 3. Hard to get to it though. Minion damage up here in defense, physical and chaos resist. More minion damage and efficiency up here. And then this is area of effect and wither. I do have the Unholy Might going. And I get 30% of my damage as extra chaos damage. Doesn't matter if it's physical, fire, chaos, lightning, cold. It all comes up. I lose the mana per second, but like I talked about in the earlier video, I regenerate mana back equal to 6% of my maximum life per second. So I have no mana regeneration. I just get it from life. I only have about 1,000 mana, and I have almost 2,000 life. So I have no problem maintaining mana. A little more minion defenses here, and a little more minion damage and reviving faster there. The rest of my points, oh, this is minion stuff too here. Minion damage and minion damage. The rest of my points are basically all spent in energy shield, and I'm getting most of the big energy shield nodes that I can get close to. More minion damage there if I've hit somebody with a spell. More energy shield here. More energy shield here. More energy shield. More energy shield. So basically just right now just stacking flat energy shield and minions. You can see I only have 3,000 energy shield, so it's not great, and that's because my gear is just pretty meh. I spent my first few divines on the Bones of Earl, which they're great boots for a minion build. I think these cost 3 divines. Try to get one with as high a movement speed roll as you can, and 14 out of 15 is very good. And then you try to get as much increased reservation as possible. So I'm pretty happy with these boots. You know, the movement speed at 14 is not good, but you do have the sprint now. So I find myself sprinting quite a bit, just holding that down. And with minions taking most of the aggro, I don't get knocked down and stunned very much. Second piece of minion gear I got that's relatively expensive. This was also 3 divines. Is the Prism Guardian. So you get a maximum spirit per 25 maximum life. So simple math on this is you get 40 per 1,000. So I'm close to getting my second 1,000 up to 2, and then I'll have 80 extra spirit from the shield, which is really good. You also get a nice chunk of resistances and a little dexterity, so it's not bad. I actually need to get rid of some dexterity because I have too much. So I'll take care of that in a little bit. I have a Crummy Scepter, still kind of a low level one. It was really good when I got it. At level 66, it was very strong. I need more plus to level of all minion skills. They get very expensive, and I don't have a lot of money left after buying these 2 pieces. I think I maybe have 2 or 3 divines left. I'm not sure. I got 3. So I did buy an upgrade, which is this one. When I hit 78, I'll go up to 18 level warrior minions. I'll add a bunch of spirit, get a little more minion life, 2 levels instead of 1. And then I do have a nice socket in this one to give some added attack physical damage, which is really good. So all my minions are attackers, so that's going to help. Belts just rounding out resistances and have my charm slots. I like to get regen if I can find it on items because I like to have health regens. Very nice. Right now I have energy shield recharge rate as a stat priority too, trying to get that and start of recharge. So if I take a big chunk of damage, I can just kind of scoot away and let my energy shield and my regen kick in. I think I have, so I get only 83 regen per second, so it's not a ton, but it's not nothing. But my recharge is good, and the delay is less than 2 seconds, so that's not too bad. Rings, I do have additional skill slot rings for both. That's my preferred ring. You just never know what you're going to want to throw in there for skills. Resistances and life on this one, and rarity. And life and resistances on this one. This is a bad one, and I will replace it soon. My amulet doesn't have increased minion levels on it yet. Those are expensive. I didn't have the currency to buy one, so I just looked for good energy shield roll, good spirit roll, and I needed some strength, and I wanted some chaos resist. I got a great regen per second on this one, so, and more rarity, so that's nice. My rarity's not terrible. Let's see if it shows it. I don't even know where that's shown in here. Might be on my skill. Well, anyway, I probably have about, I don't know, I got 18 there, I got 20 there, I got 17 there. So, I don't know, I got 60-ish. Chest is just another one for start of energy shield recharge. I wanted that. I got really good rolls with that. Good life. The only problem is it's corrupted, so I couldn't add any socketables to it, but that's okay. It had good resistance rolls, good life, and a tolerable amount of energy shield. Just enough to kind of get me started. And then just really junky helm. I need to replace this too, but it did have an all minions on it, which I needed, and a little bit of energy shield. So that is the stuff. For charms, I'm just using a bleed, a freeze, and a stun. So nothing special. All my currency's in these 2 pieces of gear right now. All right, let's look at the skills. So I do always use the scepters that grant skeletal warrior minions because you just want them. You get 2 free minions. It's probably the best. The malice ones might be good too, but I don't know. I feel like warriors are really nice. I have these guys doing musters pretty much on every one of these guys. I think right now I'm summoning 6 different types of permanent minions. So, or reviving minions. So that's a 42% more multiplier. It's one of the best ones you can get if you have many different types of minions. Just got a meat shield on there to keep them up. Got a little leech on them to keep them up. And then they get auto targeted when I want to put a bone offering up, or a pain offering, excuse me. When I put a pain offering up, it just automatically targets them, so I don't have to try and target. I'm using Unearth just in packs for clearing. They're good. They do a lot of damage and they really get out there and hit. Well, I won't show this probably while I'm sitting in town, will it? No, it won't. I will have to pop to my hideout to show some of this stuff. Anyway, I'm just gonna do the skills and stuff first. So Unearth is linked with Feeding Frenzy, faster attacks, and then Mustard again. Very good. I use Bone Cage as my kind of defensive skill. Just pop that. I have it linked with get it cheaper. Right now it costs like 29 mana. So Spell Cascade, so I get 3 of them in a little pack. And then Control Destruction. I don't know. Probably didn't even need this on there. It doesn't do damage. It only does 344 DPS. That's not a damage skill, but I had lots of jewel orbs, so I still have lots, I think. Yeah, got 3 of the bigger ones, and so I had set them and threw them on there. Now, Curse, this is very important because of the Ascendancy. I have Rupture the Soul. Cursed enemies killed by you or allies have a 33% chance to explode, dealing a quarter of their maximum life as chaos damage. I probably will need to get my presence up just a little bit to make this a little easier, but haven't done that yet. I think you can get good presence on some jewels, so if I can add a jewel here and probably there, that might be enough. Anyway, I use Hexbloom to spread the curse, works like a charm. Curses are very expensive, so this is 109 mana even with that reduction on there, so that's expensive, and I have to keep my mana up to get Unholy Might. If I fall below high mana or something like that, I can't. Let's take a look here. Well, you're not on low mana, so I think low mana is 35% or more, so as long as I'm above 35%, everybody gets Unholy Might. But this would suck my mana up in a hurry if I hit a couple of these and don't have this. And then I just have the speedier eruption of the curse, so works pretty good. Ravenous Swarm is my reservation. It's the only permanent res buff I have. It's the new persistent minion. So you get the little wasps flying around you. They just look like a cloud of bugs. I have these guys as my poisoner, so they inflict a lot of poison. I just have an extra poison on there, and then another muster on there because it's the biggest support gem I can get. Skeletal Brutes is mainly for the cooldown, which is Command Shattering Roar. Causes intimidation, so makes enemies take 10% increased damage. Very good. I got him with attack speed, muster again, and aftershock. If they heavy stun an enemy, you'll get an aftershock. So don't really care about these supports too much either. I just care about the command. All right, the main guys. These are the frozen mandibles that everybody likes, and for some reason they're bugged as can be. They're like a big ant. I get 4 with the amount of spirit I have right now at 412. It's the only minion that I have more of other than the skeletons, which is just default at 2 from the weapon. So these guys, I have 5 linked with attack speed, muster again, Feeding Frenzy for more damage, and then I wasn't really sure what to put on here. I put fire attunement just because my scepter has a pretty good fire roll on it, so get a little more fire from that. And then I get extra chaos on top of any kind of damage I do, so that's good. I'm not really doing hardly any cold or lightning, so losing that's no big whoop. Those guys won't show either. Skeletal Cleric with Meat Shield and Faster Casting. He's just a cheap minion that heals my minions and revives guys faster. Pain Offering is my offering. It's damage, so what this does is it gives him more attack and cast speed and then just a damage buff. I just link that with cheaper and more duration, keep it up longer, so works good. I pop that all the time on if I'm fighting a tough monster, a rare that's not dead immediately, or a boss at the end of the map, I'll pop that. I don't use it just during walking along. And then just because I had slots and was using this to apply Wither before I had the Wither from the minions, it's just still in the build even though I don't really need it, is a dark effigy totem. This is it constantly going off because you need an enemy to be debuffed by chaos damage over time, or afflicted by poison or something doing chaos damage over time. And my wasps are poisoning like crazy. These guys poison on hit, so it's always available. It doesn't do a ton of damage, like 200 per hit. It does hit many guys at a time, so this is very minimal damage. I probably shouldn't even waste time clicking it, but it does draw aggro is what I found for the best. The best thing about this is I can kind of put it ahead. So if I'm walking here and I just right click up there with my dark effigy, a lot of guys will aggro on that, and by the time they come into aggro range for this, my minions have gone full aggression, and it just really works good for clearing. And yeah, it's pretty. I should probably put a cheaper buff in there, but anyway, that's what I got for now. So I'll show you DPS numbers in my hideout, and you'll have to just bear with me while we listen to these. Frozen Mandibles cast a skill that doesn't do anything. They were supposed to have taken this out, but they didn't. So quick numbers: Skeletal Warriors basic attack is hitting for 700. It's nothing. They're just there to make bone offerings. Unearthed basic attacks won't even show up because I don't even have them out. It's probably about the same as my skeleton, something like that. Ravenous Swarm is very hard to show too. It doesn't really show what it's doing, doesn't show what its poison damage is. Path of Building's not working right because it's not even showing the right minions. So very hard to do builds right now. Just doing as much as I can. Skeletal Brute. Basic attack, he hits pretty good. These guys are not bad. I think you could actually make a build out of this. They cost a lot of spirit though. 50 spirit's a lot. But they're not bad. Let's see, most of my damage is physical. Then I do get a bunch of fire and chaos as well. And the big guys, Spectral Nettle Ants. So these guys hit hard. They're very fast. They're a really good minion. I think most people are using them. So they have very good damage per second, 14,000. They are the ones that are the highest level. I found one level 17 gem. The rest of mine are 15. Found this in a trial master. So these guys are a little higher level, and they do a little more damage. They're tough. I got a Rasp Scavenger. This is a little spider guy you see right there. His job is breaking armor. Since I'm doing mostly physical, he's an armor breaker. So he shoots out these kind of like overlapping little, like he's throwing rocks, really is what it looks like. So he's doing all physical damage. And he doesn't actually do bad damage. I actually leveled with these guys until I got the frozen mandibles. I had about 5 of these as my main carry, and they worked really good. But he breaks a lot of armor, so that's my guy. And I really need to get armor break on all the minions. I think it'd be smarter. But this guy does a good job. He gets armor broke pretty well. Linked with mustard again and multi-shot to get more shots out. So that's it. There we go. That's all my stuff. So I'll run a quick map just to show you what it's like. And I'm not even, like, I got 6s and 7s is about the highest. I'll just do a level 5 one here. That seems fine. I'm working my way into this corruption. This had a... Man, this is a buggy game. There we go. I haven't been at maps that long. I've only done a handful here, a handful up here, and a handful down here. So I have just been, like I said, not been playing as much as I normally do. But we'll do a little quick showcase here. It's a good build. It's going to work just fine. And I can sell all these things for probably 6-7 chaos easily, and or 6-7 divines easily, and then be right back into cash. So you can see my speed is poor, but the killing is fine. I'm not tanky, but I'm not super squishy either. It's kind of a tough position I'm in with not having much gear, so I know I can't survive higher hits and higher contents. If I was doing a tier 15 map right now, I'd be smoked. But I think I'd have the DPS to do it, and I really need to get into those to get better jewels, to get my skills up. Ooh, little stun. I don't know if that's any good or not. We shall see. So these dumb little unearthed buddies will despawn. They don't stick around very well, so they're kind of a pain to use. But in a fight like this, when you can get up a bunch of them quick, they're there for the next pack. So... Oh, farming wise, this is my favorite node. I could take this first every time. It just seems to be the most efficient way to get more of whatever it is you're getting. Basic currency, socket currency, gold, jewels, or inscribed ultimatums and stuff like that. It's just very good. So I always take that first. Usually grab this one for precursors, and then I come down here and just try to get more waystones. So I've only got 2 corruptions cleared so far. So that's where we're at with that. I don't care about that. Here's my bone cage. If I was in an abyss or something and I was taking more damage and being hit more, I would use that more because it's spammable. You'd spam bone cage like that. Very nice to get out of trouble. It really slows guys down. Guys are just shooting volatiles out like crazy. So, if I play stupid, like if I just run in there and like I'm a super tanky evader or have true layers of defense, I'll be dead. So I have to play like a minion character. And if you do that, you don't die. It's good, easy to get XP. I'm level 77, halfway to 78. Gotta get another level, and I can equip that much better scepter. I maybe should Spectre one of those blade slasher guys, just because I hate how much these white mandibles are putting out those stupid circles. I had the Veil Guards that everybody likes. Like I said in my previous video, this is my first time ever summoning a Spectre, so that's another reason it's been so slow. I probably captured 30 different mobs as Spectres and have been testing them out and things like that. These are definitely the best damage I've found so far. Hideously annoying, but they work. I think I'll probably end up just farming my way up to tier 15s, get some currency, and then play a different character. I can't see making this guy my long-term using dude with how irritating that is. However, if they hotfix it and get rid of it, then they will be fantastic. More and then the boss. So he's not what I would say is a fast mapper, but it isn't terrible either. A nice thing you can do with Unearth is if you're getting an explosion effect like that, if you unearth them before they, like you spray your Unearth in there before they finish exploding, you suck up the corpse, so you never have to deal with that. It's very cool. It's kind of like Herald of Blood for the attacks causing blood explosions, getting rid of all those guys. That big green circle was my brute's taunt. Which makes him take more damage. So, very easy DPS for these mid-level maps. Yeah, it's not bad. Not a bad build. I wonder if that's any good. Anyway, I'll sort out if that's gear. What I'm doing with my gear is I just hit up Dory for the identify. I hit up Zolan for the disenchant, and pretty much turning everything into disenchants. I'm gonna try to sell that, and we'll see about this. Let's price check that quick. That was called the Blood of the Warrior. Blood of the Warrior, life flask. Ooh, it's worth exactly nothing. Well, I'll throw it in here for fun. See if I ever use it. What do you think for this? I'm going to list that at 10. I've been listening to a lot of junky stuff at 10, so if it doesn't sell, I'll just move it to 5 later. Anyway, that's it for the builds. You got minions and energy shield. Oh, my last ascendancy. I'm gonna take this. Should help my tankiness a lot. So right now I'm penetrating 15% of damage taken bypasses energy shield. I get 10 from this, and then I got I don't know, somewhere up here there's another one. Right there. So 15% of my damage taken bypasses energy shield goes straight to my life. When I get this eternal life, your life cannot be changed while you have energy shield. So the 15% that takes bypasses the energy shield will just vanish. So as long as I can keep energy shield up, I can't take any health damage. So once I have this node, playing smart, carefully, I will never die really. I can't imagine anything's gonna get me. I might get one shot by the very weirdest thing once in a while, but under normal circumstances, it should be just fine. So that's the build. That's the plan. Gonna farm up some more currency, and then determine what I'm gonna do. I'm still thinking about keeping this guy and switching to Black Flame Covenant, trying to use a fire spell. I have never really played a spellcaster in this game either. I'm typically a warrior. So for fire skills, Fireball is okay. I don't know. It's Living Bomb might be okay. But the one that I'm most interested in is Flame Blast or Firestorm. Just doing the extra chaos, the Unholy Might, all that stuff. It's all chaos damage. The Ignite's all chaos. Getting withered on the guys and seeing how that goes as a caster. Flame Blast is the one that appeals to me because it's a channeling skill. So my ascendancy would probably change a little. I might drop the Exploding Curse and pick up where's the channeling one? I feel like there's a channeling skill here. Well, I guess it doesn't make any difference if I'm channeling or not. Maybe I have a piece of gear that says something about channeling and making it better. So anyway, just switching to one of these. Sacrifice a little energy shield. Cast a spell that's hard hitting and doesn't have to be spammed out. Would not be too bad for me. And then yeah. Or generate power charges. I don't think it's too hard to generate power charges, and then consume them. I know I got a corpse skill that can do it. It's called like Ritual or something like that. Ooh, that's Spirit. Oh, I can upgrade that though. This guy grants me I can just spend corpses to get power charges basically. So yeah, this will keep you going and power charges pretty easily. But yeah, Firestorm's not bad. Flame Blast does a lot more damage. This one might be good too because the Ignites all turn to chaos damage. So anyway, like I said, I haven't played with any of these skills. I made a Sparker a long time ago and walked around and sparked. He was just a mana stacking gemling back in the day when that was easy to do. But it was like a no-brain build. Didn't even see what I was fighting. Kind of hated playing it. But this will be a little more engaging. So I don't know. We'll see. I have never really cast any of these fire skills hardly at all. So I don't know how terrible they are or not. Man, that's irritating that ability going off constantly. So I can do that. Otherwise, I know the warrior part of the tree is kind of goofy, but I'd really like to see what the new totems do with mace damage stuff. I love warrior warbringer, the free armor break, the spirits and the totems and stuff like that. That's just easy block. So there's pretty good defensive layers there. Not armor, it's a waste of time, but black is good. You still get the occasional one shot, but you're just more tanky most of the time. I don't even know what a decent mace costs. Let's see, 400 physical DPS, 1 ender costs. Oh, you get a Mjolnir for nothing. That's pretty fast. God's Wrath. Needs a lot of strength and a lot of int. That's not so hard to get. I don't know. So does like a whole 400 DPS mace get you started type of mace. Cheap. 5, 7. So that's nothing. Not a problem. I wouldn't go crit. I'd go blood magic and all that stuff. Anyway, that might be my next guide. Or I convert the Lich, and that's my next guide. But I don't see putting out any more content on the minion stuff. It's just too simple. You just walk around and curse, and everything dies. It's a great league starter. You can't beat it. So, like I thought before the league started that this would be a pretty much unbeatable league starter, I was right. So anyway, if this has been at all helpful, please hit like and subscribe and all that down below to help out the channel. And thanks for watching. Have a good day.